How's it, everyone? When you think of power or powerful, you may think of big muscles, a lion, or maybe even Tylenol extra strength. But after this video, when you think of power or even powerful, you're going to think about the Amex Hilton Aspire credit card. Because this card will not just elevate your entire credit card game, but it will also elevate your entire life. No longer will you have to settle for those resort views, second floor bedrooms in hotels that literally anyone like Danny DeVito can just jump up and stare right into your room. With the Hilton Aspire card, you're going to stay in that elevator for an extra 10 seconds so that way you can enjoy the suites and skyscraper views. And that's just one of the many benefits of this credit card. Unlike Rebecca Black, the Amex Hilton Aspire credit card is not a one-hit wonder and has many more advantages that come with this credit card, which I'll be going over in depth in this video. But first, we need to go over the reward multipliers of this credit card because I know it's not as exciting as benefits and credits, but we need to know what the core of this card is made of. The Amex Hilton Aspire credit card will earn you 14x points at Hilton hotels and resorts, 7 times points on select travel, which includes flights booked directly with the airlines or amextravel.com, and car rentals booked directly with select car rental companies. You will also receive 7 times points on dining at US restaurants, and finally, you get 3 times points on everything else. At first thought, you might be blown away because we are talking about huge reward multipliers. That's 14 times, 7 times, and even 3 times on every purchase. But be careful and don't get jebaited because at the end of the day, these are Hilton points that we are talking about because it's a Hilton credit card that earns Hilton points. And on average, those Hilton points are worth around 0.5 cents per point. That's a long way from the average point valuation of Chase and Amex points, which are around the 2 cent per point valuation mark. Just keep that in mind while you are earning points with this credit card because although it seems like a lot of points, it may not take you as far as you want it to. And while we're talking about points, let's go over the current sign-up bonus of this card. As of right now, the Hilton Amex Aspire card has a sign-up bonus of 150,000 Hilton points after you spend $4,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. Those 150,000 Hilton points are worth around $750, and for the minimum spend requirement, you're gonna have to spend around $1,333 per month to hit that sign-up bonus. After receiving all of those Hilton points, you honestly don't have that many redemption options to choose from. You could get access to certain experiences, pay for Lyft rides, buy something on Amazon or through Hilton's shopping portal, rent a car at certain companies, transfer them to an airline partner, and probably the most common and valuable way to redeem Hilton points is to use them to book a free hotel stay. I would highly advise you to consider using your hard-earned Hilton points to book that hotel stay, and I'll talk more about that topic later in this video. Because right now, I do want to share a few important things to note about redeeming your points for hotels. The first thing that you should know is that the Hilton Honors bonus point reward system operates on dynamic pricing. And for those of you who took 9th grade physics class, yes, dynamic in this case also means constantly changing. And in this case, with credit card points or credit card redemption options, that's not a good thing. Because dynamic pricing for redeeming your Hilton points means that your prices for award nights will fluctuate depending on demand. Award nights means you're using points to pay for your hotel stay compared to regular nights when you're just using cash to pay. And dynamic pricing is a problem for you because the actual price of the room may change from the time that you looked at the price or the hotel room versus the time that you actually pay for the room itself. It's kind of like airline flights where you may look at it at one time and when you come back to actually buy the ticket, the prices have gone up. Or maybe it's gone down, but in most cases it probably went up. This also means even though you are looking at similar Hilton properties, their prices may vary greatly depending on the time that you're buying them and the location. There are hotel programs though, like the World of Hyatt program that operates on award charts, which means that your prices are going to be consistent or at least pretty consistent across the board, no matter what time, no matter what location. Moral of the story is if you find a good deal for an award night at a Hilton property and you're looking to redeem points for a hotel stay, then book that hotel. You don't want to miss out on that low price because the next time you come back and look at it, it may have gone up. The tricky part though is finding out if you are getting a good deal or not, and here's how to tell if you're getting a ripoff or you're getting a bargain. All you need to do is to take the total cost of the hotel stay in cash, which includes taxes and fees, divided by the amount of points that you would need to book that same hotel stay. For example, if it would cost you a total of $2,000 for a Hilton room or 300,000 Hilton points, that would be a valuation of around 0.6 cents per point, which is good, and you should book the room. However, if that same $2,000 stay now cost 500,000 Hilton points because maybe you came back and checked a few months later to book that stay, well then that's a point valuation of 0.4 cents per point, and you should use cash now to book that instead. Basically, if the point valuation that you have calculated comes out to 0.5 cents per point or higher, then you should use your points to book it. But if it's anything lower than 0.5 cents per point, then use cash to book that hotel stay. Although dynamic pricing can make booking with points a headache or unfavorable sometimes, we do have another Hilton Point program benefit or perk where we could get a free night stay. And that's because when you book 4 consecutive nights at a Hilton property with points, you're going to get the 5th night free. In order to be eligible for this benefit though, you will need to be at least a silver member in Hilton Honors loyalty program. But hey, we're talking about the Hilton Aspire credit card here. That's right, with the Amex Hilton Aspire card, you'll be given a complimentary diamond status for Hilton. And since this is the highest tier that you could get in their program, it does come with some pretty baller benefits. The first is a 100% points earning bonus on stays. When you first sign up for the Hilton loyalty program, you're just going to be considered as a member. As a member, you earn 10 points for every $1 that you spend on your stay. But with the diamond status's 100% bonus points benefit, you will now earn 20 points for every $1 spent on your stay. That means a $1,000 stay will earn you 20,000 Hilton points, and if you're booking it on your Aspire card, you will earn another 14,000 points for a total of 34,000 Hilton points. With this status, you'll also be given access to Hilton's executive lounge, but honestly, there isn't a lounge at a lot of properties. It's actually quite uncommon, but if there is a lounge on property, then be sure to take full advantage of it because you have diamond status, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. You will also be given premium Wi-Fi, which is Hilton's fastest Wi-Fi available, and you have a 48-hour room guarantee. This is clutch because if you're booking a last-minute trip and you contact Hilton at least 48 hours before the day that you check in, you will be guaranteed a room even if the hotel is completely filled. Don't ask me how this works. Maybe they just kick out everyone who doesn't have an Aspire credit card to make room for you. The last diamond exclusive benefit is a free room upgrade when available, and this includes even a 1-bedroom suite. You'll be living a nice life like how Zach and Cody did, except you didn't have to pay for your upgrade, which makes it even sweeter. Of course, you will receive the benefits from the other tiers below you, such as a daily food and beverage credit in the US properties, or free continental breakfast for international properties. This also includes free bottled water, and so on. And if you've been enjoying this video so far, it would benefit me greatly if you go ahead and drop a like down below and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this. Earlier, I talked about how you could receive a 5th night free after you book a 4 consecutive night stay with your Hilton points. But what if I told you that with the Hilton Aspire card, you're going to get another free night, and it's a lot easier to use. Every year, you'll be given a free weekend night award, which can be used at virtually any Hilton property. Because unfortunately, there is a very small list where this reward is not eligible to be used, and that includes things like all-inclusive resorts and so on. But on the flip side, you could use this reward on any day of the week. It doesn't have to be a weekday, it could even be a weekend, and you could also use it during any time of the year. I would recommend though using this reward on higher tier Hilton properties so that way you can get your money's worth. The higher the normal cost of the room, the better off that you will be. And if a free night award wasn't enough for you, the Hilton Aspire card will also give you a yearly $250 Hilton statement credit. This credit though can be slightly confusing and not as straightforward as you may think. One way to use the Hilton statement credit is on the room charge itself. You could use the entire $250 credit on one night stay at a pretty nice Hilton property, or you could spread out that $250 amongst a few days at a okay Hilton property. That part is pretty straightforward, but what if you only book Hilton stays with Hilton points? Is that $250 statement credit now useless? Not exactly, because you could also use that $250 credit on things such as dining and experiences on that property where you're staying at. The next time you go to the spa or order room service or do an activity or experience, charge it to the room. Then once you do that, at checkout, go ahead and pay for all of your room charges with your Hilton Aspire card. Then a few business days later, or maybe up to a week or two later, you'll receive your statement credit that will reimburse you for those charges. So you get the free night award and you get the $250 statement credit. What else does this card have to offer? Surprise, surprise, but you will also receive a $100 property credit whenever you book a stay at a Conrad or Waldorf property. Actually, I shouldn't say whenever you book a stay at those two properties, because here are the requirements for you to receive that credit. The first requirement is that you book the stay through Hilton's special Aspire card portal. It also has to be a Conrad or Waldorf property, and your stay must be for at least 2 consecutive nights or more. But once you do those requirements, you're eligible to receive your $100 property credit that can be used on things such as dining, the spa, and so on, but it will not cover the room charges itself. And you're probably going to have to get on a plane to go to your Hilton getaway, so that's why the Hilton Aspire credit card will also give you a $250 annual airline fee credit. This credit is similar to the Amex Platinum's airline fee credit, where it could be used for things such as checked luggage, in-flight beverages, premium Wi-Fi, and so on. It is not eligible to be used for the actual flight ticket itself. This credit is also similar to the Amex Platinum's credit because every January, you're going to have to designate which airline you're going to be using for this airline fee credit that year. Amex will give you a list of airlines to choose from, and all you need to do is to choose the one that you think you're going to fly the most that year, or at least the one that you think you're going to use the airline fee credit on. Because if you chose United Airlines at the beginning of the year, but you fly Hawaiian Airlines and charge your checked luggage with the Hilton Aspire card, that credit will not be triggered. Make sure you choose the airline that you want because it's locked in for the entire year and you won't be able to switch airlines until the next January comes around. The last travel-related benefit that comes with this credit card is you're going to get a free Priority Pass Select membership. This benefit will give you access to over 1,000 different airport lounges across the world, but honestly, a bunch of different travel credit cards do give you this feature, so it's not really that amazing. We covered pretty much everything that you need to know about the Hilton Aspire credit card, except for one thing: its annual fee. And since this is a very beefy and a very powerful credit card, it also has a very beefy and powerful annual fee of $450. It's a pretty expensive credit card, and the card itself isn't even metal, it's made out of plastic. But with all of those benefits, features, and reward multipliers that we went over in this video, the annual fee is worth it, right? Well, it depends. If you are a loyal and frequent Hilton customer, this Aspire credit card will literally give you dreams wetter than the free water that you'll be receiving in your hotel rooms. With the complimentary Hilton Diamond status, a free night award, $250 worth of Hilton statement credit, and $250 worth of airline fee credit, this credit card pretty much pays for itself. I mean, that's what makes it so powerful. But if you don't travel often and you don't stay at Hilton's often, you should consider looking into another hotel credit card, or you should look into the other Hilton credit cards that I talk about here because those might suit you better. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoots!